This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we are looking at what I consider right now to be the best deck in Standard. Now, I'm not saying that my build is the best. I am confident that some version of Sacrifice, and probably the red-black version, is the best. Priest of the Forgotten Gods is still a messed up magic card. Mayhem Devil is a pretty amazing magic card that was removed from the deck to make it play Lurrus. And Call of the Death Dweller getting back a Mayhem Devil, Dreadhorde Butcher, or Footlight Fiend with Death Touch is pretty much automatic removal. So these cards combined with this card are so good. And we didn't even talk about Claim the Firstborn. Essentially take the opponent's thing for 1 mana, deal damage to them, hit them with it, and then sacrifice it for some value of your own. I love my build of the deck right now. It gets so much incidental damage in, and it's amazing how good the ability to sacrifice a Footlight Fiend, Dreadhorde Butcher, or use a Mayhem Devil with Death Touch really is. It can kill off anything, the largest mutate creature to the smallest stuff. And Priest of the Forgotten Gods, if this card sticks, it feels like as soon as you activate this once, it's just a snowball effect that is so hard to come back from. The mana advantage, the creature advantage, the sacrifice triggers, card draw, it does it all. And Call the Death Dweller keeps it on the field. What I did miss was the companion, because now the Lurrus tax is pretty intense. But I figured, okay, let's try out Lurrus in the main deck. This is yet another way to get Priest of the Forgotten Gods back, or to make sure that you always have some of the smaller cards. If they blow up your oven, you get an oven back. That's such a big deal. So I've really enjoyed having 2 Lurrus of the Dream Den in the deck, and I think it just ties everything together. Today's video was supposed to be an aggro deck, Mardu Knights, which I was excited to make a video about, and I tried a Mardu Humans-ish list with General Kudrow. I also tried a few other lists. They all got destroyed by this deck. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, what deck do I play that has a good matchup against this deck? Maybe Temur Reclamation is the closest thing, because it can go over the top, draw a bunch of cards. You don't interact with it well. Even Temur Reclamation has to be on its A game, because you just keep bringing these creatures back, and if you draw the right mix of cards, no matter what they kill, it just comes back and keeps attacking them. Their life total ends up being 0 very quickly. So I believe that some kind of Rakdos Sacrifice is and should be a meta-defining deck, at least in best of 1. In best of 3, where sideboards matter, moving to Jund might be appropriate, but in best of 1, I'm not sure if I've got the combination of cards right, but I am sure it's awesome. So, now that Mardu Knights has properly tanked my rank, let's go see if Rakdos Lurrus can bring it back. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Is Mayhem Devil good enough? Is Footlight Fiend good enough? Let's find out. Call the Death Dweller. Death Touch Mayhem Devil. Okay. The Death Touch Mirror. I mean, I'm being aggressive. I don't know what you do. So what you got next? A green deck. You got a hand that is completely full. And you go like 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4. Alright, so if they're going to play like that, we'll just play out the Devil and save our Footlight Fiend. Because next turn we can deal a Fable Passage damage to this. The opponent gets the Beast, but we want to save our Footlight Fiend in case we draw Claim. It's pretty good. See, we could kill the Beast and then get back a Mayhem Devil and a Mayhem Devil with Death Touch. Maybe that might just be awesome. Or we could wait another turn. If the opponent has what? Like Vivian? That would be a huge problem, right? So yeah, we should get in there while it's good. Alright, I've drawn enough land for the whole game. We can stop that now. We can completely stop that. Alright. Second Lovestruck Beast, sure. Let's draw a Witch's Oven. Lurrus. Lurrus is interesting. So I can get back the Death Touch Devil, but it doesn't do anything because I have no way to sacrifice anything right now. Or we could play Lurrus and get back a Fiend. I guess it's kind of free. We'll send in a Fiend. The opponent dares block it, of course. We get to kill their stuff, and we just get it back with Lurrus. Fun.
I will protect the virtue of this world.
But what will they do? And what will they do with all the mana?
Fights for us.
I mean, I guess it could be anything. So far, they're just a pile of value. It's a weird attack. Mostly just because, like, I block a thing. Like, they let the Footlight Fiend hit them last turn for kind of reasons, right? So, where do we deal the damage to? I guess we pick off the 1/1s. Alright, can we draw a way to sacrifice anything? We draw Claim, but no way to sacrifice anything. Makes Claim not very good, doesn't it? But can we kill the Nissa? We can. I think that makes it good enough. They can tap this, but I can untap it.
Fight on without me.
Okay, we've kept Nissa in check. Should we get the Death Touch Devil now, just to use our mana? I feel like we should. Now, any sacrifices, I get to kill something. The problem right now, no sacrifices. No Oven. This deck doesn't run Woe Strider. No Priest. Okay. Second Nissa's fun. I'm sure that the opponent is very happy about it. And the attacks keep on coming. Take out the 1/1. But Light Fiend basically comes back for free. It's the Oven. Alright, this will do 2 damage. One of it is Death Touch. I have to actually pay attention to which one is which. 3 damage total. Alright, Footlight Fiend, where do you go? Pick on the Nissa. Alright, which devil is this? It's this one. Pick on the Nissa. And then here is our Death Touch machine gun.
Let us talk of peace. You try my patience.
Again. So this is the first one here. So we put you down to 3. We Death Touch you down to nothing.
How rude.
Cast Footlight Fiend out of the graveyard. Lurrus, you can finish off Nissa. You two go take care of business with base.
The land will not forsake you.
The deck was an oven away from happiness. Ram through. Okay. Well, they had a removal spell. And they're mono green. Taste it. No attacks this time. Makes sense. Right, Return of Footlight Fiend. Nothing good can come of this attack. Not really. So we'll say go. And we'll pick off this 1/1 with a Footlight Fiend. And just keep recurring Footlight Fiend. Footlight Fiend, Luris, Witch's Oven. Party on. Wah, wah, wah. Frickin' Lovestruck Beast. 5 frickin' 5. Wow. All that to get an attack, huh? Let's see. Okay. Might of the Masses, and then no attack. They just really wanted to keep it around. Look at those land. Look at the land. Why is this still happening? Alright. Well, I can sack in response to a Might of the Masses next time, so I don't have to feel like I need to do this on my turn. Sure. Love it. Now I get to kill both. The Sedge Scorpion, not the tech for this matchup. Ping ping. Let's keep one food. Okay. Well, that's a lot of land to be drawing here. I want these to go to, I guess, yeah, may as well. They might take it. They might mess up. They should block it, but they might take it. Yorvo. Beefcake. I guess we'll kill it. I mean, it's really close to being lethal, but there's no reason not to control the board. There's the call. Give me this. Trigger, trigger, trigger. This is Footlight Fiend, so it goes face. This is Other Mayhem Devil. This is Killer Mayhem Devil. Trigger, trigger. Killer Mayhem Devil shoots the beast. Machine gun him to death, guys. Alright. Oof. Got there. Battled through mono green. Mono Lovestruck Beast. We've got the Temple and the Foundry on the draw. It's an interesting hand. We have a Priest and a Call the Death Dweller, so it seems okay. If not a little bit slow. And boom. Turn 1 Stonecoil. The Mutate deck is here to put in work. We need land. Land is what we need. Troll. I do feel trolled. Thank you. Alright. Well, against mono green, Priest is usually one of the best things you can do. Next turn we can potentially play 2 critters, sack them to Priest, and get them back. Or something. We have to draw another land, maybe play a devil. Yep, here comes Mutations, baby. Feel the burn. Ugh. They're way ahead of me on threats, that's for sure. Down to 10 already. We do draw the land. If I play a Butcher and a Footlight Fiend, I think I can kill both here. If I see this correctly. A pretty good rip, to be honest. Whew. I feel like I just cleared level 1, and we even get to use all the mana. Like, we were down to 10, and then we did all that in one turn. It's just so busted. So busted. Yeah. Mono green, the mono green conundrum, and Priest of the Forgotten Gods. That feels like my experience playing green decks too. 2 priests on the draw though. Mono green is in vogue today. It came in second in a tournament yesterday. The Alias, the tournament that was held on Alias V's channel with MTG Melee, a bunch of other sponsors, Brad Nelson, Fight Against Racism tournament. I think we just get our red source down. Do I actually want to play a Butcher and get in there? No, we need this off Summoning Sickness as soon as possible. The opponent won't block this, but we can't risk that they might. Kill Mage's Forum. I stand corrected. That is a way to kill a priest. Our opponent played a way to kill a priest. Now, will they block this? They definitely block the cat. If I play the Butcher, they'll definitely block the Butcher, but the Butcher can certainly kill the Domri. I think we put it on them, though. I think we put it on them to answer this card again. I don't even want to trade the Cauldron Familiar for the Pelt Collector here, even though I could.
We won't answer to other guilds.
Okay, they've got some kind of trample machine dude. Mayhem Devil. Not really what I want to sacrifice. Let's see. We can sacrifice this for 1. We can't play both. See what we can find here with the card. So, Dreadhorde Butcher deals 1 damage to a thing. Let's pick on the Domri. We might still find a way to kill it this turn. I didn't want to sacrifice the Mayhem Devil, so I think getting it down here makes sense. Okay, draw Priest. Maybe I should have just played the Devil. Let it throw some power around. Because we might end up sacrificing it anyway if we don't draw another creature. But our deck's mostly creatures.
Have at it, boys.
And Claim seems pretty good. Yeah, no blocks. You can be aggressive. I'm not willing to trade for my Devil. Renko. Mythic Memers out in force. About to get ugly though. Wait, I guess we don't want to tap that. We might actually use that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we might use that. So sack these. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Damage here. Damage here. Machine Gun Devil. Sacrifice your Wild Bonder. Just so savage. And we get to deal 1 more damage. I'm going to attack this Domri, so I guess we go face. Play you. Kill the Dom. Just, oh my god, this deck is a monster.
I'll just see myself out then.
A monster, you guys. What a monster. Well, on the draw, this hand is... ugh. And this hand is not a lot better, and I think we just have to hope it works out. Do I bottom a Devil because we might never get to cast it? I think so. Feels bad, but we might go several turns without a red source. Yep. We drew into an opponent that also knows the secret of life, which is that this deck is absolutely bonkers right now. But they have red mana, and they are on the play, and they have a priest, and we don't. But we can play this Footlight Fiend. Actually, let's do this. Maybe they'll make a mistake. A mistake. Oh my god. Nobody expects the Footlight Fiend. Nobody expects the Footlight Fiend. Clutch. Whoa, Strata. They have a sacrifice outlet, everybody. Now we find out if they have a claim. We've been terrible at drawing claim the Firstborn so far. And they're Mardu for reasons. I guess we'll find out what those might be. I think we have to go for this. It is, like, we can throw it in the oven if the opponent does have a claim. But I think we have to hope this resolves. Because we're missing land drops, we're missing a color, we're really behind. We have to take a risk. Did you have to have an oven to go with your cat? How do they always do this? It's locked in. And the last card is in fact a claim. What a cheater. What a hacker. What a failure on my part to draw any cards that matter. So I guess we'll play our cat. Having a Fiend on the field is interesting. It, I guess, protects against a Dreadhorde Butcher. Maybe we'll find an opportunity to use it. Attacking just lets the opponent blocking cat. Now, if they bring the cat back for some reason, let's find out. They bring it back right now. They have no food on the battlefield. We could shoot the cat with the Footlight Fiend, and then they have to have another food to start everything up again. Is that worth it? They have to draw into a creature. They get a scry, but then they have to sacrifice that creature. Maybe it won't be a creature they want to sacrifice. I don't know. It might make things awkward for them. It's worth a try. Yeah, land off the top. They have a turn without their cat, unless they're going to eat their Strider, which they could. Eventually they get it back, but not now. It takes a 3/2 off the battlefield for them. Yeah, that paid off a bit. Okay. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Let's put a Death Touch counter on the Fiend and a Menace counter. I guess that can be on the Fiend too. I'll probably end up sacrificing it soon, but not right now. You attack with the cat. If the opponent blocks it, we just get an extra damage from sacrificing a food, so that's fine. They draw a Scorpion. Well, they're not going to mind throwing that in the oven. But they don't. They scry instead. They're feeling desperate. They are feeling desperate. They keep on top. Must be decent. They're going to have to wait another turn, though. I don't have to bring this back now. I can if I want to. It doesn't really matter. I'm definitely sacrificing it to the priest. Actually, we'll play this. I want to hang on to the Fiend. Having a Fiend with a Death Touch counter is pretty solid. So you, go away. Here comes the oven stuff. Red Horde Butcher and no red mana. Feel the burn. So the opponent can bring a cat back, but it can't block the Fiend. If they block the Scorpion and it dies, then they don't have any food. So yeah, we just go for it here. And they see what's up and that they may be starved for food, so they take the damage. And is it a Mayhem Devil? Apparently not. Another cat? I would not have kept that on top, to be honest. Multiple cats, it's fine, but it's not great. Multiple ovens is great. Something to keep in mind if and when you play the deck. "2x speed, everybody." Sound off in comments for the 2x speed gang. For those of you who need a fast way, I'll slow this down and talk like this. So in 2x speed, I sound normal. So you can fast forward the parts of the video that are cat oven-ish. Sound good? Let's pick it up we'll pick it up a notch now. Red mana, let's go. Not even sure it would be great, but it would make me feel warm and fuzzy to have it. Oh my goodness. Why? We could sack a food, but I actually think the food might be important if we draw a devil, so I don't have a good use here. The opponent scoops it up. Fair. I was trying to think about if I want to attack with the Fiend, because the opponent, yeah, they don't have the food to bring this back, so I guess that gets into damage for sure. So yeah, I attack with Fiend there, and just keep picking away. Pick them to death. Cat, oven, boom. Plus a claim and a butcher against a Luris. Feels pretty good. I think I just want the oven down so I can butcher on too. Safely and not have this stolen and thrown in an oven or have other bad things happen. One might want to hide what they're up to, but the Fabled Passage means they're probably not a cycling deck. Probably another Mayhem Devil deck. Forest. I guess we'll see. Could be Jund. Here comes the Dread Horde. Butcha. Alright, well, if they play cheap creatures and they don't play an oven of their own, we're sitting pretty. Of course, Paradise Druid would be a pain. Season of Growth. Okay, so auras or mutate. We could throw down a claim, get some hasty damage, but it's not enough for me to get excited about. But a priest would be a nice draw. A really nice draw. Second season. Oh my goodness. Surely you have a creature. Alright, the Ginger Brute man. Get that scry. Gotta get it. So am I stealing Ginger Brute to keep them from having anything on the board? I think that's pretty smart. If they don't have something to enchant or something to target, it's a lot harder to use these. And we have this instant speed kind of removal with Oven and Fiend, but if we tap our Oven to sacrifice the Ginger Brute, that's not going to happen. It's possible what I should do is just sack the Fiend now and hold up other things, but I think the play that is the most common sense and moves the needle the most is to cycle the cat, claim the Ginger Brute. Call. Call is strong. One thing I could have done is sack the Ginger Brute to itself. That would have held up the Oven. We'll see how much that matters. But that would have been an interesting way to do it. It would have not gotten in 1 damage, but otherwise would have accomplished mostly the same things. The Life's Bounty is something that the opponent can sacrifice, even if it's just to protect a season of growth. The real question here is, like, what am I going to do if they protect it? I guess I could throw it in the oven for the Fiend if it's, or for the Butcher, but here comes the stuff. A lot of cards. Another Brute, okay. And another couple of Scries. What am I going to do? Oh, aggressive. What is up with that? They must have a way to protect this. I can sack the Butcher in response to make sure it dies, and then get it back with the Death Dweller. It's not terrible. We don't have a way to draw a card, so we may as well look at our top card. See if it informs anything. Another Footlight Fiend? Don't think that's good enough. But it's better than a land. And the opponent's very close to dead. If I attack and the opponent blocks one of these and I sacrifice it so they don't gain the life, are they going to make a move? I can't believe that claim will resolve. I can't believe this will actually work. But I still think I have to try. Yep, there's the blessing. Gotta get it dead so that they don't gain life and blank our attack step. And we can get the Butcher back next turn. But the opponent's got the cards rolling now. Like, really rolling. So I don't know if I can finish this job. Feels pretty bad. The problem. It's a big problem. I actually want to get a Footlight Fiend into the graveyard now to get back the Butcher. Like, we're actually a bit held down by the fact that we can only sacrifice 1 thing per turn. Uh-huh. Still plenty of mana. Man, would Priest of the Forgotten Gods have worked them over. Solid footing, it's gonna hit really hard. But it doesn't gain life yet. The Gingerbrute can sack to gain life itself. It is a food. They're just not done. Going for it all here. Eat some food. Try to keep that life total healthy. Try to make them work for it. I think I attack, and the opponent blocks the Footlight Fiend, so I get 2 things back. But on the other hand, if I just wanted an extra damage, I could recur just the Butcher, but I think I need everything. I think I need absolutely everything. Yep, there's the block on the Fiend. Down to 5. This is good, because I get to keep the Butcher with Menace. So, Death Touch counter on the Fiend, Menace counter on the Butcher. Play another one. And I do think we take this thing out while the opponent is tapped low. just alleviate all that pressure. I'm sure they have a lot of things they can play. But it's really close. If we let them untap all that white mana, they'll probably have a Karametra's Blessing, something that blows up our Footlight Fiend play. So I feel like we had to make it on our turn. They get the Lurrus. Are you casting Lurrus? That's good for us. I mean, this thing does have to die, but could be a lot worse. We have our own Lurrus. We can get back a Footlight Fiend and go face with it. Now, if we attack here, the opponent does gain 3 life unless we sacrifice a Witch's Oven. Sacrifice with a Witch's Oven. Is that enough damage? It's not. I don't think we can kill them, but we can get rid of Lurrus. Blocking the cat is kind of a free ping when it does come back. So, if we sacrifice this now, the opponent goes to 3, and then we get back a Fiend, and then any damage. But the problem with that, of course, is Lurrus just attacks the next turn, gets them out of trouble. Sacrifice the tapped Footlight Fiend. Let's cast Lurry. And let's replay a Footlight Fiend. The cat we can bring back on our own. So their last turn, it bought them another turn, but it didn't get them ahead, and we got to further our board. So this turn, they absolutely have to do something better than last turn. And they say, good game. And I guess we will see. Enchanting Lurrus is probably a sign of a concession. Maybe the plan is a giant killer. Oh, okay. They're distributing auras amongst our creatures. What a stand-up gentleman or woman Magic player. I mean, I suppose. So, our hand is ideal with Priest and Oven and Serrated Scorpion. We're about a cat away from victory, and we can get Priest back with Call. Things are good. Let's start off with an Oven. Get it out of our hand so it cannot be duressed. Make all of our creatures a little harder to interact with. Don't love that draw. We might need red mana. It's hard to say where the turns will take you with this deck. So sometimes I end up shocking earlier than I normally would. Okay. Mardu. Gain land. Oh, you've got your own cat. Sure. Something you don't mind sacrificing, I'm sure. And we are flooding. Well, that didn't go according to plan. Great hand until you draw 2 lands off the top. Then it becomes much, much worse. Thankfully, one of the lands at least is a castle. Alright, can we get a claim or something here? Another priest? Is that good? Do we use that to draw here? I guess we can call and get things right back. Alright, let's get the priest cards flowing. Cat down. A good draw. That is a good draw if we want to get that off the field, but I kind of want the card. I'm not gonna lie. I think it may be wiser to hold this for something better. Put a death touch counter on either of them. I choose you. Put a menace counter. Why not? We could untap this for another go, but like I said, I actually want to draw the card. My hand is not great. A little more velocity could go a long way. And who knows, they might have a dinosaur. Something epic. Or that. That is a card. And we do need to steal it. So a little patience might pay off here. E of the Stormfist. So it's some kind of Mardu sacrifice with Stormfist Crusader. Not what I expected. If I attack with this, the opponent has to double block it to do anything about it. Meh. Let's do this. This part I'm sure, and I am curious if the opponent even wants to sit through what I'm about to do to them. So if they double block, we could activate mid-combat, but we would also kill their Stormfist. We just sacrifice. It's all about whether or not they would block. And they might. And I don't really want to do this mid-combat. Alright. Die. Die. Alright. Are we going to get more creatures? We do. We definitely want to play that. We still have some mana left over that we can use to draw with the castle, which I think we want to do. Don't think I want to activate another priest right this second. And we could wait. It's possible they Croxa us and this doesn't hurt as badly, and we already played a land. Alright, now we're digging for a cat. Extinction event can name even, get rid of 2 priests. So do I sacrifice my Scorpion in that case to get another card? I think so. I think the Scorpion is better off as a card than as a 1/2 on the battlefield. Alright, not ideal. Throwing you in the oven. Drawing with you. Alright, something. We are in definite need of all the Death Dweller, another good threat. Wow. It's not really happening. 3 mana to draw, 2 mana to play 2 things. Okay, so we don't want to play the Scryland this turn because we want to draw with the castle and empty our hand a little bit first. Gotta find that kitty cat. We absolutely must find that kitty cat. Our opponent's on 8. But they get a chance to come back here. Bastion. That's a problem. That can be a big problem. The opponent will gain a life with everything that dies, and now they have an oven as well. Lurrus. Yeah. Mayhem Devil. Suddenly the cards are there. What's the right play? We could play the Devil. The Devil definitely adds another ping to everything. We could play Devil, eat a food. Shoot this. But I would rather wait for a cat so that Devil is well protected. This trade isn't great. All it is like even, and they trade a resource that's not very useful. So let's play Lurrus. Yeah, Lurrus riding in the main deck now. That's right. Alright, scry it up. Hope they don't have Croxa. I think I keep this. I think I keep that. Because they have to try to do something about this Lurrus. If it lives, I just keep getting cards every turn, so they'll kill this, and then we'll have a backup. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. Okay. I guess I'll pick this off. It's possible I should have just gone face anyway. But that thing with an oven does keep the Lurrus from getting in there, and 3 life from Lurrus isn't meaningless. Alright. Stormfist Crusader. And they do have a food to get back a cat. Ooh, okay. But we can deal. We can get a Footlight Fiend. We can play the Mayhem Devil. Things start to get ugly. We could also play the Scorpion, make that the sacrifice instead. With a Mayhem Devil, I think that's fine. Because we can use the Mayhem Devil to pick off the Cauldron Familiar. Lurrus can go, we have the backup. Bang, bang, bang. So much stuff going on with a Bastion. Like every time something dies, a million things happen. How exciting. So this is a fresh Lurrus, right? So I can get another card? Indeed. Let's just grab more Priest. 1, 2, 3, that's 3 damage. I guess if I had grabbed a Scorpion, that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm short of lethal by 1. I don't think it matters very much. And that's game. And we are back for the post-games wrap, and here's what's up. This deck is really good. I did miss having Woe Strider or Weaponize the Monsters or just one other sack outlet, because this deck relies a lot on Witch's Oven or Priest of the Forgotten Gods, and sometimes we didn't have enough ways to sacrifice our creatures, and I could tell there was a void in the deck. If you want to add 1 or 2 Woe Strider, I don't think that card is particularly good, and I don't think it has to be a 4 of, but maybe 1 or 2 Woe Strider, or 1 Weaponize the Monsters and a Woe Strider, something like that, I think it would add to the deck's consistency. As it is right now, it's a very reliant deck on getting Priest to stick, and that's reasonable when you draw Call the Death Dweller and Lurrus. So it's okay, but I think wise opponents will really dial in on making sure this is dead. We didn't play against many Bone Crusher Giants, not a lot, like Mono Red has Shock, but there's not a lot of that out there. But this card gets a lot worse if they Dire Tactics it and exile it when Scorching Dragonfire comes up. And it's not great against bounce like Teferi and Brazen Borrower either, because you need to get it off Summoning Sickness, which can take a while. But adding Mayhem to the Devil to the deck, now that Lurrus isn't in the companion spot, was particularly strong. And this card with Death Touch is an absolute machine gun if they don't run removal. This deck forces almost every deck to either go way over the top or run 2-mana removal so that these cards don't completely destroy it. And I think that's why it's a big player. The metagame hasn't really shifted for that yet, and it should, and it better, and it will. But for now, I do think you can farm a lot of best of 1 wins with Rakdos Sacrifice, and I think it will be a good deck throughout what's left of this standard format. We went 6-0 in ranked today from rank 550, thanks Mardu Knights, to 176, and I would keep the streak going if I didn't have a stream I'm about to start. So, Monday through Thursday, come over to Twitch from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and check out what we're doing. Today's Monday, so I do Meta Monday. On Tuesdays, my subscribers on Twitch, my Twitch subscribers, get to send me decks, which I play at the deck. Pretty much no questions asked. I bellyache a little, but it's all for fun. Wednesday is my free day, do whatever I feel like doing. And then Thursday is Deck Doctor Day, where I review decks sent by viewers and give my advice and suggestions about how I would change them. So, come on out to Twitch, and thank you for watching this video. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.